this, today, like I said, I want people to know how to take care of themselves. But this should be taught in elementary school. Okay. And why it's not, you know, I don't know what's in the mind of your politicians, but there should be health classes. This is elementary health classes. And so by the time you graduate from high school, you can do basic diagnostics on yourself. Basic diagnostics on your children to see where the state of your body is. Okay? So we have, this one I don't have, the urinalysis, they was out of these strips, but we'll still kind of go over it. Okay? So you can have an understanding. And the charts there, you see the charts that I made right here?
Okay.
You can kind of go over that. The first thing we want to do is the blood pressure test, okay? And how to evaluate your blood pressure and how to look at the numbers. You know, health is based on numbers, okay? All right. And where those numbers are tells you somewhat of what's going on in your body, okay? So when you don't know and say you go in and you got a diastolic of 50 and a systolic of 150, or, you know, then you say, okay, what's the diastolic? That's the muscles of the heart, okay? And it should be from 60 to 85, okay? So if you look here on this chart, okay, you'll see right here in this box here, it says 60 to 85, that's normal. That's where you should be, okay. The pulse range is at a healthy level. You have the systolic should be 112 to 140, okay. Normal range, 112 to 140. The diastolic should be 74 to 90. Okay, 90 is a bit high. Anything over 90, that means your heart is suffering from some type of hypertension. You see that? So you got up here, look, you have the systolic, you have the diastolic, and then you have the pulse range right in here. Okay? Now what is normal? 60 to 85. Okay? That's where you want to hit every day. Anything outside of that range, okay, then we make an evaluation, okay, what's going on here. Say your range is 88 to 120. So now we got 4, nerve deterioration. You got 92, 90 in the systolic, when it should be what? 120. All right? And the pulse is 88 to 120. Okay? And your diastolic is 74 to 50. Well, this chart, you do one of these, okay, 92, you find the number on the pulse, and then you match it up with that, and that right there, it has what? 4, 5, and 14. Everybody see that?
Can you just point it out to me? I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, we on first page right
Okay.
here.
All right.
Okay,
This,
so
okay,
this
there
is
it
normal. That's the systolic pressure. Say you at 140, or 112 to 140. And then your diastolic is 90 to 74. And you go here, right? What's that?
That's the normal, yeah.
Okay. Anything else, then you have the pulse pressure, and you have numbers. Those numbers like 13, 3.
Okay,
It
so
kind of
you
tells
get
you,
down
yeah,
there.
it kind of tells you the possibility of what's going on in your body, so that when you go to the doctor, you already know the potentials of what's happening.
Okay.
Okay? Because, you know, they ain't gonna explain anything to you.
Put you on medicine.
Yeah, so you got to know. All they're gonna do is give you a pill. All right? You see that? So, y'all got the test, right? That y'all took those 3 days, right? You got them with you, the numbers? Okay.
Blood
so-
pressure?
Yeah, blood pressure. All right. So, that doesn't mean that you have it. It means that at this level, this is what can develop in you. These different levels, okay? Systolic, diastolic, and then pulse in here. And you connect them, okay, within the pulse box, all right? Normal, then it's like 50 to 70 on the pulse, okay, then we go to what? Number 8. What it said, problems absorbing minerals, difficulty with hormones and enzymes, okay? That's what is developing, okay, at that number range.
So that's a negative thing, you don't want that.
Well, I mean, it identifies that, you know,
Okay.
that's why I tell people to do the test at least 3 days to 5 days every morning when you get up. Don't test yourself at 5 o'clock. You know, don't test yourself after you done ate. Half an hour, wake up, right? And then test yourself in the morning. Okay, they're more precise as far as the consistency. The consistency. You know what I mean? And so we look at that, then we can take those numbers, see the average, and then we can go to this chart and say, okay, you know, you're a little bit high, your pulse, you're in a state of hypertension. Okay, now this is what's happening in your body. This is what can develop if you don't correct this. Okay? Because when you go to the doctor, oh, your blood pressure a little high, and they're going to say, write you a prescription. Okay, what's happening in my body? It's just like, they don't tell you how you develop high blood pressure. Only thing we know, don't eat salt, don't eat, you know, butter, and, you know what I mean, which really ain't got nothing a lot to do. The salt actually can be a big problem because the salt that we eat, okay, is really just rocks and bleach. Table salt, sea salt, and Himalayan salt is the best salt to eat. Why? Because the table salt is bleach. Okay? And it's got a lot of rocks in it. Okay? It's got a lot of rock. And so what it does when you eat it, it scars and burns the veins and the arteries. When the veins and arteries become damaged from the salt, the liver produces more HDL or cholesterol. Why? Because cholesterol goes into the system to heal any damage to your veins. So when you keep damaging it, the liver is producing more and more cholesterol, okay, in order to heal. Okay, the LDL is to come behind the HDL after it's done this thing and clean the HDL out. Okay, but when you're getting too much HDL, then you get what? Clogged. Okay.
What does that look like, or how does that happen? I heard you say it's there, but what does it infer in your body, if that makes any sense?
Infer. Okay, give me another word.
I'm just gonna listen to you. Go ahead. I'm gonna listen to you.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that HDL is good. The thing that causes it to be bad is that you're eating foods that are scarring your veins. So the liver job is to produce enough HDL cholesterol, because that cholesterol is a healing agent. It goes in. If you got a scar, it goes in. It want to remove the plaque. It want to heal it. But if you're constantly eating these foods that scar the vein, then the liver is gonna produce more and more and more. Next thing you know, your cholesterol is too high, because you're producing too much. Because it's the job of the liver to say, hey, look, we gotta heal this. HDL, HDL, HDL. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The LDL, what we call bad cholesterol, which is not, it comes in to remove the HDL, to clear out. Okay. So this is how the body works. Now, when you have a junk food diet, another reason for high blood pressure, when you have a junk food diet and don't have vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in your blood, okay, then the body lifts up the blood pressure trying to extract whatever nutrients it can find. Because it's trying to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So you got chemicals and this and your body living on. So what happened? It lifts up that blood pressure to try to extract from that blood some minerals and vitamins in order to feed upon.
Wow.
Okay? So we need to know the cause of high blood pressure. Okay? And those are two of the main causes. All right? Those are two of the main causes. So what we want to do, we want to be at 112 to 140. We want our, in the systolic, our diastolic 90 to 74 and 60 to 85 pulse rate. Okay. Let me see those numbers that y'all did. I'm going to use that as an example. You know, and I was going to take some tests, but y'all eating, and we ain't gonna get it right. Okay.
We weren't always together in the morning, so I don't have consistently the same time, but I wrote down the time.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Mine varies an awful lot.
Yeah, yeah. That's why you need to take more, do a consistency when you want to be evaluated.
I mean, in the same 5 minutes, it varies, plus throughout
Yeah,
the day.
the first one is usually the most accurate. When your diastolic is good, your systolic fluctuating 157.76. The diastolic is the most important one because that's the heart muscle. Okay, the systolic can go up and down. So what I watch is the diastolic. Okay, so that's the foundation. That's the pumping, the muscles pumping. But let's take, let me see, 7, 15, 16, I want to get to 724, 140 over 77. Where's mine? And the pulse was 69. Okay, now we take the chart, right? And we got 140. So 140 is here. Right here. That's the systolic.
Yeah.
77 is here. Okay. And the pulse rate, 69 is here. Okay. 50 to 70. So what we got? We got this going on in your body when it's at that level. Number 2, okay? And number 7, okay? You see how I'm doing that? I want you to know how to use that chart, okay? So what's going on? Number 2, acid imbalance. Okay? Number 7, this goes right along. Number 7, sympathetic stress. So the simple, you got parasympathetic, sympathetic. So you got stress working in your sympathetic. And the sympathetic relates to certain organs. Okay. So you got stress there. So we got a little bit more. Decreased circulation to the skin and sex organs. Hypertension, rheumatism can be developing. Weak immunity, weak digestion. So when the blood pressure, y'all see where I'm coming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all see that chart, because you need to know how to work this chart. Okay. So we want to, this here, 77 is good. You don't want to go over 85, then you start developing hypertension. But here, sympathetic is 20 points high. Okay. But it's not bad. That's in the range of, it's okay, but it's still a little high where we can see acid imbalance, we can see sympathetic stress. Okay. And now, if we leave it like this, what's going to happen? The things that we just named on 7, decreased circulation to skin. Okay, we know that's happening, sex organs. You know, and that's how a lot of guys and a lot of people lose their sexual desire. Because the excitement of sexual organs is through oxygen flowing into that organ. Okay. All right. So when that oxygen is decreased and not circulating to these organs, that organ becomes what? Weak. You understand what I'm saying? All right. 7, hypertension, rheumatism, weak immunity, weak digestion. Okay. So this is what's working. So you're saying, okay, I'm 140, 77, and then, you know, okay, let me keep checking this every day to see what kind of fluctuation I got. If it stays in that arena consistently, now you know the potential of this ease that's working within you. Okay? So you ain't got to be running down to the clinic just to get a blood pressure test. Okay? All right? Because all they're going to do is say, well, we just give you some drugs. They're not going to explain none of this to you.
Right.
And if you ask them, they get mad at you.
Like it's none of their business.
Yeah. Like it's my body, I should be able to question my doctor about my body. What is happening in my body? Okay. Now, when it gets extremely, the systolic is high, the diastolic is high, right? Say you 180 over 99. Your pulse rate is 90. That blood pressure is high. What's happening in my body? First of all, that high blood pressure damages the cells. Okay? At that rate and that level, the cells in your body and your blood is being damaged. So, those damaged cells travels through what? The kidney. And begins to damage the kidney. And this is why when a person have a heart problem, right, a high blood, what they always do, they checking your kidney. They ain't telling you why. Go ahead.
I have a question. Now, I've damaged my liver,
Uh-huh.
and every time I go, they checking my liver, and they say I'm borderline diabetic, 1% away, but I'm getting all these symptoms like a diabetic, but I'm not a diabetic.
Yeah, you pre-diabetic.
Right.
That's we can, if you faithful, we can handle that
Okay.
And within 6 months, you have no problem. But
Okay.
it takes a very tight diet, supplements, chromium to choline, sulfate, potassium, and a few other things, but you gotta be faithful to it.
Right, because I have damaged
Yeah,
my
and
liver a
see,
little
what you're
bit.
eating right now supports the development of that disease. All right?
Yes,
So
sir.
since the Lord didn't will it, if the Lord will, I'll be
Okay,
back.
that's what you said earlier. Now I get it.
Yeah, it
Lord
was a
will.
joke. Okay?
But my thing is 120. 112. Every time I go get my
112
Mass is
at the
always
top.
one-
At the top.
at the top, mass is 112 over 76 or 80 something. It's always
That's in normal range.
yeah. So that's what mine
So
is.
your blood pressure is good. His systolic is not extremely high, except on the 153 over 76, 160 over 81. The diastolic is in good condition, okay? But that systolic is a bit high, which means you are a very nervous guy. You store a lot of stress, okay? Stuff irritates you. Okay?
No shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sherlock.
And so we got to calm you down. And when we do the spiritual program, I'm gonna show you techniques of how to release that energy. Because I was the same way. Okay. But your muscle, your heart muscle is, it's cool. But when you see things that you know shouldn't, gee, you want them, I'm gonna attack it. You still think you're in Vietnam. Okay. You are executioner. Ain't no conversation. This should not be. Okay? So you got that, what we call hidden stress. You suppress it because you know, it's a little so, in today's day where people are not honest. Okay? They say what they know they're supposed to say. Okay? Because we want that social acceptance. I don't give a damn. And that's why I ain't got too many friends. But I'm not gonna kill myself for you. You know. I'm gonna tell you, don't let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything other than that is ra, evil.
Right.
Okay? Now, that's the Hebrew. Ra, forbidden evil.
Okay.
So, this principle tells us the end result of suppressing, not being honest. It's what? Ra, evil.
Evil.
It affects you in an evil, negative way. Well, what do you think about the Me Too movement? I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what's socially acceptable and suppress my emotional value concerning that subject. I disagree. What do you think of pictures of, I'm going to tell you, because I'm not going to suppress it. Because I know the end result is what? Ra. It's going to have an evil effect on me emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Okay.
Yeah.
And today is the hardest thing to do is to be honest. Felicia Rashad, when Bill Crosby got out, and she said, she's speaking as a friend. I'm glad you out.
Right.
They did this the wrong way. Okay. And now they want to fire her. For what? Being honest?
Come on.
We got to say what Me Too movement think. See, then you suppress, and what happens? The systolic becomes high. You're storing stress, and it's showing up here. Okay? And pretty soon, if it stays that way, it's going to start showing up here because now you're overworking the heart. and that muscle is gonna start getting weak. All right? Okay, we gotta move on.
Hey, can you do me
No, you just ate.
with the 112?
Oh, no, you're normal. You're in normal range. 112, you're at 112, which is good. It's 112 to 140. 112 being the low, 120 being the middle, which is at 140.
What about my
being-
bottom?
Your bottom, yeah, that's normal. So you go right here into 65 to 85, normal range.
So what number?
Right here. You're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here. From here, and then here, and then the 60 to 85 pulse, normal.
So I'm not here anywhere.
No.
Okay, so I'm just normal. Yeah, I have no
Yeah,
stress. 'Cause
and try to keep it that way.
I'm probably like you, honey. I'll let you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't
I
suppress.
don't hold
You can't
nothing.
suppress. And that's why you got so much bull crap. If I make a mistake and you say, man, I seen you out there, man, and I seen you doing something I know. Yeah, I had an argument with my wife. I was mad. And I did, I ain't gonna hide it. I don't play perfect. Okay? If you see me mess up, come to me.
Right.
Because when you get angry and upset, you drunk. Okay? When the Bible says be sober, be righteous, be godly, that word sober don't mean drunk on alcohol. It means drunk on anger, hatred, and wrath. It alters your mind.
Right.
And next thing you know, you someplace that you know you shouldn't be. And then when you come down from that anger drunk, right, you be like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah, sure do.
Right.
Feel bad.
Okay, so if you in a sober mental state and you see me in a state of dysfunction, you my brother keeper, ain't you?
Right.
Don't come and condemn me and make it worse. Come and say, come on, bro. I know you're upset and you're acting out of your mind. See, that's brotherhood. Not, ooh. What that's gonna solve? The pointing of the finger. Ooh. Because we all got it. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna do the pH. Okay. All right. So this is very important. My heart gets broke when people don't follow through. Okay. Because we can have a better quality of life if we learn this. Okay? If we learn this, we can have a better quality of life. All right? So with the pH, the normal is what? 64, 6.4 to 7. And some say 6.8. All right? 6.4. All right? So all of y'all have done your urine, and we're going to go one by one right here, and we're just going to do the urine. So, well, I meant to bring a sheet of paper so I can put everybody's name on it. But everybody right there is down. This is
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Now, the thing that you want to do, let's turn to here. Then we're going to do the tongue. And I didn't have the urinalysis. My budget has been real low. So I wasn't able to afford any amount. But we'll get to that right here. Interpretation. Right here where you see color. So when you test yourself, you look at that. Okay. You look at it, smell it. Okay. If it's colorless, it's large volumes of water consumed. Consider diabetes, chronic kidney inflammation, severe iron deficiency, alcohol ingestion. Blue, You have bluish coloring, okay? In food dyes, certain medication, pseudomonas, which is a type of infection, okay? Orange, milky, green, brown, yellow, red, black, okay? All these colors, if you see it, you look at those colors at the top, where you at? Right here, honey. This page. Okay, right here, page 376.
Okay.
All right. So when you urinate, you want to look at the color. Look at that. Now this is pretty good. It's got a little fog in it. Got a little fog in it. Okay.
I spill a little protein.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we need to check your kidney and see how much protein you spilling. All
I
right.
have
But we
that
we
right
do
here.
that with the urinalysis.
Okay.
Okay. So in the pH, you want to check it, the coloration, you want to check the smell. Okay, your smell is good. Okay. Your color is good, but we see a little fog right there. All right. All right. So here we go. We take this, right? And where's mine? And this. Now see those colors? All right. All right. And wait 60 seconds. Okay? 60 seconds. And we're gonna match it up with the color chart. Okay? You ain't looking too good right now. All right? So you're at 6. So you're 4 points below average. That means bad. That means not a lot. You're not extreme. 6 is good. It's not extreme, but you want it at 6.0 because you want that oxygen in your cells. Okay. So you want to keep it 6.0 to 7 point, or 6.4 to 7. So you're a little low. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you might even be below 6. I think you're a little bit below. See that? Yeah, you're a little bit
Yeah,
below.
it's more here.
Yeah.
It's more like
That's
5.8.
it. That's it. Yeah. That's
Maybe
it.
5.8 or
Yeah.
something.
That's it.
Nine?
Okay. Now,
Oh, I know.
that's acidic. Okay, so you need to ingest more green and alkaline foods.
Okay.
Okay. You need to add that, and get it 6.4 to 7.0. Okay.
Could
All
you
right.
list a few of the more alkaline foods?
I got a whole list
Okay,
that we're gonna have next week.
Okay.
Okay, I can do so much a week.
okay. Got it.
Okay, that's, Cynthia, write yours down, what you was, and write his down. Now,
That's PP.
I know, I
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
wondering, do I need to go and get, I know.
I told you, it's too late now, you done ate.
Yeah, we
See,
don't
you-
eat, so we can't PP now.
So that's why I told you, go ahead and urinate before you eat, because once you eat, I gotta wait an hour to
Yeah.
2 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so, let's look at the color.
Orange.
Orange, right. Concentrated.
I know that.
Concentrated urine from what? Dehydration.
Ooh.
Okay.
No water?
Fever, heat stroke, laxative bowel, drugs, carrots, carotene, bioflavor, food. But this is basically, you're not getting enough.
Dehydration,
You're
not
drinking,
enough water.
you're eating too many dehydrating foods. Like that what you got in your hand.
Isn't iced tea and tea a diuretic, so?
Well, it depends on what herb you use. You use
Oh.
dandelions, blessed thistle, billy herbs that deal with the liver and digestion. That's diuretic. Okay. But this is food that is draining the organs of the body of liquid. Okay. So we might not come out, we might come out pretty acidic here. Okay. So we take this, but I don't see any cloudiness, okay? Or anything like that, so, you know, that's an easy problem to solve. Okay. Let's see what we come out with. Okay, and it's very important to keep 6.4. Alkaline body will not get disease as quickly as an acidic body. Okay. Alkaline oxygen, okay, retards the growth of disease in your body. When you're in this acidic state, in 5s, and I knew one girl, we ministered to her, she was like 4 point. Her whole life was messed up, man. We lifted up an alkaline and water and stuff, and just 30 days later, it was a whole different person. You couldn't even tell that was the person because she, you know, are just acidic and toxic. And when you meet people who are acidic, toxic, like that, okay, you know, it affects your personality, all right? And that's why I just say, hey, man, go have a carrot. Leave me alone. Go get you some celery.
Right.
You need some oxygen. Okay. It affects your behavior. And because we're not educated, what do I do with that? Okay. Let's show where you are. You're in the 5s. And maybe even between this. Okay. Alkaline, water. Okay. You got too much, you're eating acid food. The acid food should only be 20%. Alkaline food should be 80% to gain that pH balance.
So what is my pH then?
Your pH
Four.
is about, I say about 4.8 based on the color, because you're right between that 5 and 4. Okay.
Yeah, I got about 4.75.
All right.
About 3.47.
Yeah.
About 4.8. So
Okay.
below 5.
Now let me see what my man is. Let me see yours, AG.
I didn't get it. Stick.
Huh? I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. You good? And all taken care of.
We gotta wait till next week.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll do you next week as well.
Let me get me a cup.
That's really fuzzy on the
Now,
top.
now, his urine looks good, a little sudsy. Okay.
You spilling protein?
No, he's good. He's good. You know, that's probably from something he ate. What did you eat today?
I had more water. I ate a lot of fruit last night and,
Okay. Did you drink any beer?
no.
Okay. Any pop? Hmm. Okay.
I had some energy water earlier, I think, yeah,
We didn't
late,
get
long,
to
early
get
Monday.
to a color.
Well, he is good. Look at that. Where's my chart go? Oh. He's good. He's right on point. Okay. See that? You're about 6.8. It's not a green, but you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You're in a healthy zone.
Good.
Okay.
As far as what?
As far as alkaline is how much oxygen you have in your cells.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we see the color?
Yeah, it's between 6 and 7.
Okay.
Okay?
What you
See?
laughing at over there? Oh, mine is almost there.
Yeah.
Or is it more there, the 5?
No, he's good.
Okay,
He's good. He's in that upper range of 6.
that's great.
So he has sufficient amount of oxygen in his body. Well, you know, that's probably why he's so cool. Yeah. Very cool. Because that's what alkaline do it.
So you said I have too much, what, acid?
Yeah, acid foods. I'm gonna bring a list, I meant to bring it today, of alkaline and acid foods. So you can develop a diet, 80% alkaline diet, and then 20% acid foods. Because we don't know. Like I said, ain't nobody in here dumb or stupid. It's just we live in a society, you know, that exploits us. They, like I said, you go to the doctor and you at 5.0, they say, oh, you're all right. Knowing that you building disease at 5.0.
I know you can't test it, but I was curious.
Oh, man, see, you're gonna try to break the rules.
No, I just
Boy.
wanted to be curious. I know you
All right.
can't do it.
No, I'm just saying.
So then the only result is false.
Yeah, cause I,
Well, I mean, it's good.
see?
It's good, but you just hate it.
I just hate
So it's
it.
not accurate.
It's not accurate.
Okay. But you good, all right?
Thank you, cause I drink tons of water
Well,
daily.
well, that's why you got a lot of alkaline. See, when you drink, y'all going out spending all this money on alkaline water without realizing that a healthy kidney, hush for a minute. A healthy kidney, when you put it in your body, when that water goes to the liver alkalines the water automatically. So you going out spending all that money on alkaline water, $3 a bottle, when God has already created something to alkaline the water, which is the liver. So you don't need alkaline water unless you have a confirmed condition of a liver problem. So they're making millions of dollars on healthy people trying to alkaline their water when the liver alkalines the water.
And I drink faucet water. I do not buy
No, don't drink,
water.
well, you need to get you some distilled water, start drinking.
Start drinking.
Yeah.
I do distilled water at night with my CPAP machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but that, when we do a little thing on water, you ain't gonna wanna drink it no way.
No, Lord.
Okay?
No, let me say something funny. AD just glanced and I did like here.
Yeah, I didn't smell.
He looked at me like he thought I drank my own pee.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Is it,
Got a little, trying to figure out, almost like medicine-y.
Yeah, I'm on a ton of medicine.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm on 13 medicines a day.
yeah, it's real medicine-y,
Yeah.
so, okay? So you can tell a lot with the high blood pressure, the pH levels, you know what I mean? And it's enough information in this where you can kind of go through it and familiarize yourself with it. Okay, using the examples that I've shown you. Okay, now let's do the tongue examination real quick because we're running out of time. One day, everybody gonna be in here when I come, so we don't waste time. Because this stuff is real important. Okay, the tongue, and this is really accurate here. All
but
right.
it's the same sheet you
Right
gave
here,
us?
yeah, 150, page 150,
Okay.
right here. Okay, we have the tongue. All right. So they draw a tongue. Okay. And this is what each section of the tongue is connected to an organ. Right here in front, we have the lungs and the heart. Okay. And then we have the stomach right here, the intestines, okay, up here. All right. Then we have the liver here and the kidney here. Y'all see that, right? All right, put that on here for people to see. All right. So you stick out your tongue. Look in the mirror. Examine your tongue. Now, if it has a cliff right here, that means something is happening with your heart that shouldn't be happening. Hmm?
Like a crease going down in the center?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, if you have a dry tongue, stomach disorder. All right.
How about dry mouth?
Stomach disorder.
I got dry mouth.
Okay. Warts and growth, bumps. Okay. Protein congestion, and which affect your corresponding organs. Wart on tips, stress, overactive heart, kidney deterioration. A soft tongue, digestive system congested with cellular waste. Hardness, mucus waste congestion. Fur, you ever had fur on your tongue? Stomach disorder.
Eh?
Then we go, I look good, but you do have a cleft.
His
Yeah.
tongue is like a real red.
How about this
Well, it's,
one?
okay, we're gonna go through the colors. Hold
Okay,
on, 'cause we ain't got
okay.
much time, so we started a little late, okay? So if your tongue is pale or white, okay, you know, you have that white mess on top of it, digestive system malfunctioning. You know, that's how I know. I woke up one day and examined my tongue and I think white. I said, oh, I gotta work on my digestive system.
But my digestive system is good, my tongue is white though.
No, your tongue is not white like I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you do have some dark spots, but I would have to examine it. Okay, yellow means that you have problems with your liver, gallbladder, or gallbladder. Okay. Green, liver and kidney problems. Blue, kidney and bladder problems. Violet, she got kind of a violet, that's why I said I would have to examine liver and pericardium disorder, oxygen starvation, or drugs.
Three.
Yeah, and you use a lot, they got you on a lot of drugs, and that's why you got that scarlet color.
Yeah.
Okay.
The liver problem and the
Mhm.
oxygen, COPD, and the
Okay.
other one.
A trembling tongue, a gray and black turn, heart and kidney problem, trembling, nervous and brain disorder, you know. If it's black at the root, probably cancer. Purple tongue and or gums, uterus and bladder disorder, slimy, spleen problem, foul breath, intestine and stomach constipated with manure, watery voice, excessive liquid, kidney disorder.
What did you say, a watery voice?
Yeah, you ever heard somebody, watery voice?
No.
You never heard them? Well, you-
I have
What
a
do you
lot of
think?
people. When they talk
I
like,
wasn't in somebody's mouth.
no, when they be
Okay.
talking to you, they be like,
Yeah, it's hard to emulate because it's like they're speaking out right here. It's like a watery voice.
Yeah, you be like,
know,
what
and
the
they
hell
need to
you
go get
say?
their kidney examined.
Yeah.
Now, that's not saying you got a chronic disease. That's saying, okay, this is a sign that this organ is not functioning at 100.
You got a character on
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? And these are signs. What you can see on the outside is a sign to something happening on the inside. Okay? See, back in the ancient times, they didn't do no exploratory surgery. They can look at your eyes, it's like your eye. Right? This area represents your digestion. This area represents your sex organs. This is digestion also. And this area is central nervous system. So if you look in this area and say you got a vein look like that, what does that represent? Rheumatism. You see a vein, that little hook, pregnancy. So I can look in your eye, look at the vein structure, and go to my chart and say, oh, here you go. Okay.
Don't look at me.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's a little reddish, so that means you're getting developing organ exhaustion.
I'm what?
Organ exhaustion, and from the stress. You probably show up as.
Bloodshot eyes.
Yeah. But it's pink. When it gets red, that's when it's chronic. That's just normal every day, and like we already determined, you hold in a lot of stress. Okay, that's called hidden stress. It's holding it in. I call it repressed. You know, so that exhaustion you know what I mean, from that stress is just showing up. So it's light pink. That I wouldn't, you know, that can, all that can be corrected easily.
Well, I'm taking meds for him too, so it's.
Somewhat.
I'm taking meds for him too, because I'm trying to get, trying to
Okay.
get glaucoma.
Okay, okay.
I'm taking eye drops.
You should've told me that. I'll make you some eye drops, don't worry. But I'm gonna get everybody who is consistent, you know what I mean, I'm going to, you know, do a program for them. We're gonna sit down,
Sounds
boom, 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 okay, get on this diet, get here, matter of fact, I'm gonna bring you something next week. I got about 3 bottles extra, okay, at the shop, and for the glaucoma and your eyes, then a diet for it. It can be controlled, okay.
What's under control fairly well
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, but I'd rather for it to be controlled healthily and not by drugs, because the drugs have effects where the food and herbs is not gonna have that type of effect. Okay, so this is how people, it's like, because that's what drugs do, it withholds the growth of a disease, but while it's doing that, it's doing some other negative stuff. And that's why when you look at TV and they, you know, have all these happy people who taking drugs, then they say, possibility of heart attack, stroke, yeah, it got you seeing again, but now you in the potential of having a heart attack, stroke, epilepsy.
And even death.
And
Yeah.
15 other problems that
Okay.
to cure
Well,
one.
that's a big thing on me, because I can't understand. All right, drugs is a big ass business,
Mm-hmm.
and why the common person, layman, me, why do these drug companies advertise this stuff? They're making a nation of hypochondriacs,
Yeah.
one, and two, those things aren't cheap,
Yeah.
and they're passing the cost of that stuff on to you.
Right.
Well, they can sell,
It's a circle there.
they can sell it much cheaper. It's exploitation.
That's all it is.
And that's not capitalism. Capitalism is a free market,
Mhm.
okay? It is not designed to exploit the buyer or the purchaser, but that's what they do. You know, they charge me $100 a tube for some medicine. What, $100? You know, it probably costs them $10 to make it.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
If that much. So I think the last time I studied it, they are getting like 1,000%, you know, billions of dollars off these drugs. They're getting so much money, they tell the doctor, they give the doctor a residual every time they give you a bottle of drugs you buy. That's all, that's exploitation. So what the doctor gonna do? He gonna try to get you on much drugs so he can turn 100,000 a year into 200,000 a year. That's not capitalism, and people need to realize that. But they be talking about, you're a socialist. I said, no, that's exploitation. I'm a citizen, I'm a taxpayer, okay? I buy your products and you're overcharging me, like all the prices is going up. People taking advantage of what? COVID.
And then for all of that, they're still not
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Still not
Okay.
well.
You're right, they still not well.
So when we gonna do when I get the urinalysis in, I'm gonna do that, the tongue, right? Lungs, heart, that area. If you have discoloration, is right here, all right? And I wanna, did I do the pH level of that, discoloration? And I want you to see the chart here. Oh man, you see, okay, put that in there.
Yeah, there
Okay.
are cracks right
No, she didn't put it in there.
I'm
I'll
just-
bring it, I'll bring it.
I'm gonna just leave it, have them lock it up.
Okay.
Give me yours and just have them lock it up.
So if you
for next
see
week.
discoloration and you see on your tongue, you say, oh, I need to get this organ checked.
there. My tongue has a lot of sideways creases that are, there's one down the middle, but there's also sideways lines. Looks
Yeah,
like cracks.
cracks, well, that's because your body is not absorbing all the nutrients. that's a sign that your body is not absorbing all the nutrients.
Yeah, I'm a long-term diabetic, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna absorb correctly.
Yeah, so, it's just, you're gonna have to change your diet, into, eating that, and you're diabetic.
That's what I gave it to him.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're not getting any minerals out of that.
No.
How about the little bumps, cause I told the doctor and they said, they looked at it and they said that's normal. The little humps in the back of your tongue.
Well, that relates to your digestion.
Oh, I have
Okay,
acid
yeah.
reflux.
Yeah, that's-
Really bad. I'm on 2
That
different
relates to that.
medications.
The
Yeah.
back of the tongue relates to
Yeah, okay.
digestion, intestines.
But I have a good bowel movement all the time, about 3, 4, 5 times a day.
That don't mean nothing, you can still have a lot of,
Stuff going on.
yeah, I use the bathroom every day, but I'm having a digestive problem right
Mm.
now. Okay, all right.
Oh, your man says the acid reflux. I have acid reflux really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
I'm on
Well,
2 medications.
Yeah, well, if you wanna
Different
be on
medications.
that, all you have to do is change your diet, get on the proper herbs for cognitive herbs, you know what I mean, and you can stay a drug addict.
Mhm.
Whether you call it legal drugs or illegal drugs,
Yeah.
they have a negative effect upon your body.
Body.
There's only one true medicine, nature. Let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. Brother come in, he said, man, help me get off this cocaine. I said, come to the class, I can help you. But here, this will take down your appetite. And then I'm gonna bring you, which I brought it, and he's not here. It's like, are you serious? Do you really want to move your spirit forward? Okay, out of this drug environment that you put your body in. Or you just saying stuff because you feel desperate at the moment, but you run back out and do the same thing. No. You gotta be willing to learn. You gotta be willing to change. You gotta be willing to commit. If I tell you I got something for you, and I was gonna write everything on the board so he can copy it, and then when he didn't come, I just went and I made up, the foods and the herbs and different things that you can use to move your spirit past your cocaine addiction.
Can you do that for me, please?
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Cause I'm tired of being tired.
Okay.
We got chores. I got a chore.
Okay, all right, that's peace. We over time anyway. We're gonna close out. And I hope y'all got something out of this.
Yeah, I wanna hear some more, because I was listening to everybody else, it was so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just looking forward to our next.
This, I wanted to do the, body temperature. 96.4 is the norm. And you can get up to 99, but if you get up to 99, don't wait till you get to 103. Get you some feverfew, some peppermint, mix it together and drink that. That'll knock that potential fever out of your body. Okay.
Wow.
And
Where
so,
do where do you get the urine strips?
you know what? I think these came off of Wish. It's wish.com. Just look it up. They got all kind of stuff on it.
CBS wouldn't carry it over the counter? CBS?
Yeah, they might, but you're gonna pay a little bit more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you saying WISH?
Yeah, wish.com. And then we have, the lady that came back from last week, I was gonna give her a meridian point massage while we was teaching.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so we gonna go through a few other things next week also. So that time just runs away on me. That's, y'all try to be in here as early as you can so we don't waste no time. We can get all this stuff in. You know.
No, we gonna be able to let you go.
5 minutes and then everybody's talking in there and you can't.
Yeah, and she was running a little late too, which is not good. But you know what I mean? Cause this stuff is so important. But you got the charts, study them. Come back with questions and say, okay, if you don't understand something, because it's very important that you become competent on how to evaluate yourself. Instead of trusting somebody you don't know, all you want to do is get,
They won't get paid.
they want to get paid. I bet you trust yourself. If you learn it, you say, okay, I know how to do this. I know how to do it. I know what this means. I know what these numbers mean. Okay, acute, chronic, severe. Those are the 3 levels of sicknesses. Okay? So you want to be knowledgeable and stop being a slave to the system. Because the system don't care about you. It is a system of exploitation that they falsely call capitalism. And you know who is the consumer? That's a big insult on the media when they call you a consumer. You know what they calling you? Cattle. What do cattle do all day? Consume.
Chewing on grass.
Yeah. They just consume. You're not a consumer. You're a human being. You know, who has certain needs, and you're dependent on these corporations and the government to supply your needs. Why? Because you're paying taxes. Even when you buy food, you pay taxes. You paying their taxes too.
Last place I worked was called Key Consumer.
Yeah.
This was my cup, but I had to get a important.
Keep that cup for next week.
For
Keep
next
that
week,
cup for
okay.
next week.
Okay.
And before you put anything in your body, you need to not eat for an hour before you urinate in that cup.
Thanks, Veronica.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Okay.
Thank
So
you
let me
so
get all this
much.
stuff together. No, it's cool. I want y'all, you know, my thing is, you know, I know what God called me for and I'm doing it. Whether it's appreciated or not.
Well, I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
sex over here, why?
You know, because we should know this stuff by the time we graduate out of high school. And they refuse to give it to us. And then we wonder what's wrong with our kids.
Well, it keeps them on Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
these
I'm gonna cut this
medications-
off, and I hope everybody enjoyed it on
Oh,
the
yeah.
live broadcast as well as in class. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Phil. These medications that he's on cause fatigue and headache.
Yeah, stress on the, that's stress on the nerves.